My name is Gianluca. I'm a second year student in applied computing. This video is just to showcase what we've done in our audiovisual module this semester. Enjoy. So just a quick word on the photography before we jump in and look at the photos. We were tasked with going out and getting a whole bunch of photos. We were given a list of shots that we needed, and we went out and got those. What you'll be seeing is the before and after. The before is the untreated image. The after is the image edited in Lightroom. You'll also see some of the settings that were used to capture the photos, so the shutter speed, the aperture, and the ISO settings. The last thing to mention here is that each photo was edited individually, so I didn't use a preset or anything like that. Similar settings may have been used just to keep a sort of uniform look and feel, but they were all edited individually.
That click is the ultimate sound of peace. She's finally put me down. I can lie in the depths of her handbag amongst all the unopened letters and empty sweet wrappers. This is paradise. I'm actually sick of her pushing my buttons all day. As for my apps, they're bleeding killing me.
Sorry, is there anyone sitting there?
No, work away.
Do I know you?
No, but you can get to know me.
Would you look at that? A bit of conversation that doesn't involve me. You wouldn't find a match like that on Tinder.
Can your Leave card help you find the connection you're looking for? Apply for yours today on leavecards.ie.
John, what can you do with €20?
Go to the movies, get a decent meal. Why?
Picture this. You're cycling on the Waterford Greenway.
But I don't have a bike.
Just imagine. You take off early in the morning,
Go on.
tea and coffee in Kilmac,
Yeah.
then on to Dungarvan for a cheeky pint and a bit of lunch.
Sounds great. But what about the trek home? We'd be knackered.
That's the beauty of it, John. You leave the bike there and catch a shuttle back home.
The Eagle has landed.
For more information, visit smartertravel.ie.
What are the differences between raster graphics and vector-based graphics? Well, to start off with, raster graphics are a pixel representation of an image. What this means is all the pixels are stored in a dot matrix in a rectangular grid, which is then used to draw up the picture. Whereas a vector-based image is drawn up using mathematical calculations. In practice, what this means is that vector-based images can be scaled up infinitely without losing definition, whereas a raster graphics image will, when blown up past the resolution it was made at, it will start getting jagged edges and it will become pixelated. The advantages of obviously vector-based graphics are that they do scale up infinitely. So they would be good for applications like a logo or text that needs to be blown up quite large. It wouldn't work so well if you had a photo that was vector-based, because vector-based uses calculations, as mentioned before, and this can become very CPU intensive when scaled up. And in this case, if you've got an image that's got a lot of information, a raster graphics representation would be the better choice. I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of OBS now. OBS is open source streaming software which we used in the module for recording some of our videos and for streaming. We used the software in a presentation which you'll see later on YouTube and Twitch and the differences between them. We used it for recording the video presentation that we did, but also for testing some of the streaming services within those two platforms. So here we are inside OBS. We can flick through some of the predefined scenes. We can start streaming, start recording. We can flick through some of the sources, which we'll look into slightly later. We can adjust some of the settings, so we can set the stream key, the output settings, the audio and video settings, and we can jump into quite a bit of depth in here. Next we'll be looking at another source. It's the FaceTime HD camera, and then from there we can check some of the filters, such as the audio filters for compression, EQ and so on, and then some of the visual effects, which includes some of the settings required for the green screen. What's up everybody, so my name is Gianluca and today we're going to be doing a presentation about using YouTube as a streaming service versus Twitch, and we'll be joined by Andrew Brennan slightly later on. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm sure YouTube doesn't need any introductions. You should all know what YouTube is. From a streaming point of view, from a point of view of using YouTube as a media server, we're going to take you through some of the settings and how you would get started. Now, getting started quickly is possible in YouTube. It is fairly easy and straightforward, but if you want to sort of knuckle down and get into the details, it can be quite complicated. So if you're wanting to use YouTube as a media server, basically there are going to be one or two things that you want to note in the settings and in the setup phase. For example, you might want to turn live chat off if you're using your own built-in chat like Slack, for example. Additionally, if you mark your stream as unlisted in that you can only access it using a link, you'd probably want to check this box the same here, so the same applies for when the video is added to your YouTube channel after. That is one of the gotchas there. As you can see, there's quite a bit going on in the setup page, not entirely intuitive, and yeah, you have to kind of go through things each one by one. Additionally, if you are using an external streaming software, like for example OBS, you have to set the encoder beforehand. Once you've created the event, it's not possible to do this, so you have to enable the settings. In our case, we're using a reusable stream key that can be used again. It's not a single once-off key. So you'll see there we had to mark other encoders, and then you can grab your stream key and note it as a stream name in YouTube, but that's the one you add into OBS as the stream key. Another quick sort of gotcha here with YouTube is that what we had noticed is we had pressed stop on our stream deck in OBS, and that stopped the streaming from OBS, so we stopped recording altogether. But this did not stop the stream in YouTube, so what we had to do is we had to go into YouTube and end the stream there also before that was ended and added to the YouTube channel. And now moving on to Twitch, Andrew will be taking over from here.
Hi, my name is Andrew, and I'm going to be talking to you about Twitch and the pros and benefits of Twitch versus YouTube, and some of the cons as well. Okay? So if you don't know what Twitch is, it's a video streaming platform primarily aimed at gamers. It's relatively simple to set up, and they give you a range of options when you create an account. They tell you all these different tools and applications that you can use to get started. We are using Open Broadcast Software, or OBS for short, and it's really simple to set up. Like, once you have a Twitch account, you just download OBS. You can go to the options in OBS then, and you just enter your Twitch username and your Twitch password, and then you've linked them. You don't need to mess around with stream keys or anything like that. It's super simple and very easy. One of the cool things about Twitch is they give you an option for loads of different extensions. What extensions are is, like the one I have highlighted here is the Stream Closed Captioner. So what it does is when you're speaking, you turn this on and it will close caption what you're saying in real time, which is pretty cool. Other kind of extensions that they offer you is, since it's primarily a video gamer stream orientated, like that's who their main target audience is, they will have a load of different extensions for various different games. Like, ones that I can think of off the top of my head is they will have an extension to, if you, for example, play World of Warcraft, there's a option to link all your armory, which is basically your characters, like stats and stuff like that. You can link that with your stream, so players or your audience will type into the stream chat, they will say like !armory, and then it'll bring up your character that you're playing, which is pretty cool. And then there's other options as well where they can have like games where the audience can interact with the streamer and other members of the audience and play a game live on stream, and it'll be something small that doesn't require a whole lot of like a powerful PC or anything to do. It's very simple. This is the dashboard for Twitch. So as you can see, it's not super overwhelming. It's pretty straightforward. What I'm highlighting here now is probably one of the most interesting things about Twitch is, as a streamer, you can raid and host other streamers. So what that means is, you say you're finished streaming for the day, you've done maybe a 4-hour stream, and there's another person who you like their stream, and you want to give them access to a bigger audience, what you would do is you could host them. So you would pick a channel, pick a streamer, and you will host them on your stream, letting them have access to your audience and giving your audience access to some new streamer, and yeah, just sharing the love around, I guess. You can also raid them, which would mean while you're live, you would go and find a streamer and you would send all your audience to them as part of the raid, and like they would be able to bombard their chat, and you would host them while doing so on your stream as well. Other things available in this, like this is just a little preview of your stream. This is your chat, so this is what you would be looking at to see, interact with your audience, and standard stuff like set the title and the type of stream that it is. You can create events and event series in Twitch as well, and it's really simple. They're both done the exact same way. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it wasn't tricky. You didn't have to link your stream key or anything with it like you do with YouTube. And once you have it set up, then this is what it looks like on the next page. Yeah, this is like all your events. So these all just line up, and you can have multiple events for the same day. These were just tests that we did. We were checking how it handled the multiple events, and yeah, it had them for the next day. And then when you started the event, or when you went hit like live streaming from the Twitch page, once you were logged in, you didn't have to specify which event you were starting. It just looked at the date that you had set up and just went, oh, this is the one that he's streaming for now because this is the next one that's up, and it launched it. Okay. And then just to summarize, like Twitch and YouTube, as I said, Twitch is primarily aimed at gamers. That's their target audience. They are trying to branch out, maybe get some like different influencers, and like they do stuff like with music and different types of content, but their primary audience is gamers. Twitch is not suitable as a media platform for saving your videos, so like the standard option was 14 days that they held the videos for. After that, they would be deleted. If you had a Twitch Prime account, I think, or if you had a premium subscription with Twitch, you could save your videos for about 50 days. But if you wanted to keep your videos, you're going to have to probably upload them onto YouTube. So it's not suitable as a media server. The setup for Twitch, as I said and went through there, is quite simple. It's not very hard at all. Yeah, the interaction with the audience was the key focus of Twitch. It's really what they really market themselves as, and it's what they encourage you to do as a streamer, is always interact with your audience to grow and build your stream. And we went through the extensions as well. It's something they support and they encourage, and it's something that's not really available on YouTube. And then probably the biggest letdown with Twitch is probably the video quality. So at the moment, the highest they go to is 1080p, while YouTube is going higher and supporting 4K. Okay, thanks for watching.
So just to summarize, here are a couple of things that, well, the differences between the two, but essentially what YouTube does really well is that it is suitable for a media server, so you can have your stream up there and have a link to that on another page or embedded in another page. So if you've got your own site up, it does save the videos to your YouTube channel afterwards, so you can bring those through also. The tricky thing, it was quite involved getting it set up. It doesn't allow for extensions, but it depends whether you need that or not. And then ultimately, YouTube does facilitate 4K streaming, so that is also another positive on that. But that's it. Thanks for watching.